Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics, They're Bad For You. Or if you're watching this on my BitChute channel, Comic Freak, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about something serious for once, because we're going to be talking about how Disney has denied a 4-year-old boy a picture of Spider-Man on his own gravestone. Well, they denied the boy's father, one Lloyd Jones, who went through all the trouble to try and contact Disney for the right to be able to put a picture of Spider-Man on his son Ollie Jones's grave. Mr. Lloyd Jones has made it a part of public record to tell people that he and his family are devastated over the loss of his son, and that they have basically been destroyed by it, and the fact that Disney has denied them this small bit of comfort. Here you can see Ollie Jones and his father in the final years of the boy's life. And we also see what Lloyd Jones would like to propose that the tombstone will look like. As you can see, it has Spider-Man on a black gravestone etched out on it, and it looks particularly good. And it does not look like it would be infringing on Disney's copyright in any way. Others have said it, and I have to agree. In no way would this actually infringe on Disney's copyright of Spider-Man. Only people who will go in there and see it would be Ollie's father and mother and the rest of his family and maybe his friends. And all in all, because they don't want Spider-Man associated with death. Even though, in the latest Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Far From Home, there's a scene where Spider-Man, where he has to deal with a resurrected Iron Man zombie created by Mysterio using his illusion technology to make Peter Parker think that Iron Man has come back from the grave. And it's a horrifying visage, basically taken directly from the Marvel Zombies comic pages itself, or at least the covers. Though in the covers they're a bit more bloody. This one looks like a decrepit zombie that's been buried for so long, but it looks exactly the same, except one has blood and the other's just, well, gray and rotted flesh. But it's horrifying. And in what way does Disney not come to the realization that they've already associated their characters with death? And as you can see, here it is. This Iron Man zombie is horrifying. And it's another thing, it's like a call out to the original comics of Marvel Zombies, where a bunch of the Marvel heroes are infected by a virus and become flesh-eating ghouls and destroy the world. Marvel has already been associated with death multiple times. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, because Marvel has always tried to have the world outside your window for their Marvel universe. And Disney wants to wreck that by not even giving comfort to a boy's grieving family and trying to fulfill the last wish of the father, the last thing the father wishes to do for his dead son. It's horrible. And the others have said that Disney has the right to protect its copyright, but other things have happened over the years. Apparently, other families have had graves specially made with the heroes of Marvel being plastered onto the gravestones themselves, or at least I've heard about it. As well as the fact that Warner Brothers had to deal with a similar case that was much worse, where a boy had died because he had been starved to death by his grandparents, and a man wanted to make a special grave for the boy because he was a fan of Superman. And they denied it at first, but eventually broke down from all the public hate they were getting over this. Disney itself might end up in the same boat, because not only have they had to deal with this lately, with them denying this family the boy's last, or the father's, wish for his son to have a Spider-Man guarding his grave. They've also had to deal with a fight at Disneyland. I'll get to that later on in another video. But all in all, Disney has proven that they only care about children when they are alive and getting their parents to pay money to the Disney company. Here we see Lloyd Jones and his son Ollie Jones in one of their last few happy moments, probably, before the boy inevitably died of a special genetic disorder that caused him to wither and die. The same disorder, I should say, that is also affecting his 6-year-old sister. All in all, this family has to deal with a lot, and it does not have to deal with Disney putting their foot on the ground and trying to sound like they're making it like nothing bad could possibly go on here. Now, I have my own ideas about what Disney is doing and that they're trying to protect their copyright, as I've said before. But that goes only so far, and that people will only believe it for so long before they actually see that, as the father himself has said, that this has more to do with the fact that no one is paying them money to have the use of Spider-Man. Now, as others have said, Walt Disney himself furiously defended the IPs of Disney when he was alive. But that might not always be true. Because if you think about it, Disney himself has a statue of Walt Disney and of him and Mickey Mouse in Disneyland, or at least Disney World. It's somewhere in those parks, holding hands. And that in itself is a memorial to Walt Disney himself. It might as well be a grave, because the man is dead. Which means the same thing could be said for that tombstone for that little boy who died too soon in this world. I have my own problems with this because I feel like I'm just trying to get views and make something of this story. I feel bad for this family, and I feel like I'm almost intruding upon something I shouldn't. But I need to tell about this story. You people need to learn about this so you're well and properly informed. Here we can see the last time that Ollie Jones went to Disneyland with his family. Well, I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know exactly how old he is. He died back in December, so he could be 3, but I heard they did go to Disneyland last year, so this most likely is the last portrait of them and their whole family. In one of the last moments, their whole family was happy together and alive and well and enjoying the day. All I can say is that I hope Lloyd Jones continues on his crusade to fulfill his wish for his son. I really hope he does. I want Disney to back down. I have said this before, that Disney is too big for its own britches and needs to be brought low so it knows that it is not anything more than a media company, and that all it should do is try to make money and not try to tell people how to live their lives or what is right. So with any luck, hopefully Lloyd Jones will be able to give his son a final gift sometime soon, and hopefully whenever he visits that grave he can get some solace that his son is being looked after by a superhero, his favorite superhero, Spider-Man. Now, that's all I really have to say about this incident. I will have more to say in another video about the fight in Disneyland, so stay tuned for that in a future video. And if you like this video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you have not subscribed, please subscribe to me. Hit that bell for notifications. And stay tuned for more information in future videos for my own upcoming comic book, Scumdogs. I also want you to hit that like button and leave some comments down below. And remember, if you're watching this on BitChute, Comic Freak, which is the name of my channel on BitChute, subscribe there too. Well, that's all I really have to say today. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.